Good evening, Bob.
Everybody.
Our television audience. Okay, we have a few things, resolutions we have to, as you may or may not know, coming to the end of our fiscal year, so we have to get a few things in order. And we're trying to do that. There will be a few changes as we go along here because of some new information, but we'll get this going. First is the resolution 16, 2017, authorizing mayor to enter an agreement of code enforcement services with the town of Phillipstown. This is in advance to the town board hasn't discussed this yet, or hopefully will. Are you guys
Tomorrow
meeting
night.
tomorrow night?
Yep.
Okay. So it's in anticipation of, and if you know, they could very well send it back or not agree with it. I did go over everything with Supervisor Shea and also with the building inspector, Greg Warner. So last week they didn't have time to review it, so hopefully this will happen tomorrow night. So anticipation for that. I'd like to make a motion to authorize myself to enter. Oh, I can't make the motion. Make a motion, I always get into that.
I will make a motion to authorize the mayor to enter into an agreement for code enforcement services with the town of Phillipstown.
Second?
Any discussion? So roll call vote. I vote yes. Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Early?
Yes.
Trustee Miller?
Yes.
Trustee Bellotto?
Yes.
All right.
So hopefully. Next, to consider resolution 17, 2017, consenting to planning board acting as lead agency for 21 Main Street. This is Recon Argentina at the just on the other side of the tracks. It's a change of use, so planning board is asking to be the lead agency for the secret. I'll make a motion consenting to the planning board acting as lead agency.
Second.
Do we have a second? Steve, second. Discussion? It's also roll call. I vote aye. Trustee Murphy?
Aye.
Trustee Miller?
Aye.
Trustee Bellotto?
Aye.
Trustee Early?
All right, I had enough, I'm out of here. I just spilled the whole glass of water.
Jesus.
Break time, 5-minute break.
We'll just skip while we're doing this to number 6, the employee benefits package. We've been going back and forth and changing things and agreeing, disagreeing, and trying to get the benefits package together. This hasn't been done in a long time, and the whole reason for this is because it was really kind of vague in ways, or could be misinterpreted. We tried to clean up all the language. We tried to clean up retirement and how you reach retirement benefits with healthcare. So it has been easy. It's been a rewrite and going back and forth with the attorney and board members. We thought we had it all together, and then our attorney that's been working on this had sent us an email at 5 o'clock today saying she wanted another change. So so number 6 we're gonna table tonight. All that to say. And we will be having a meeting next Tuesday, which we will arrange tonight.
Water, Steve. It's everywhere. The whole full of glass.
No, you don't want to go get some more.
All right. I don't think I can be trusted.
Okay, so we just tabled the benefits package while you were away.
While you were away, we didn't want you to know about that.
Appreciate it.
Okay, number 3, excuse me. Consider resolution 18, 2017, authorizing signatories for village bank accounts. There are a number of them. There's the sewer capital reserve, consolidated account, trust and agency, sewer plant renovations, the Grove cash bond, sewer rental money market account, water fund money market account, general fund money market account, general fund, and the sewer plant capital reserve. And these are all with M&T Bank. So, I'll make a motion to authorize the following signatures. Trustee Early, Trustee Murphy, myself, and Jeff Vidakovich as the new signatures.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So this is not a resolution, it's just approval.
Yeah, I know there's no resolution attached, and it says resolution, but it doesn't have a resolution. Well, I guess it does, but it's not. I think it just needs an authorization.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't.
There's a resolution for every one of them that's here, so I'm looking at each one of those accounts. Correspondence, we have one from, let's see, who is this even from? State of New York Unified Court System, just requesting an audit of the justice courts every year. We haven't closed out our fiscal year, so we will get that done as soon as we have all the information to send that, as we just did this year. New business, and probably the biggest kind of retire in a long time. Well, Ed Trimble's was big, and now we have a resignation letter from our clerk, Mary Sorry, who's been with us over 20 years, and if anyone has ever dealt with or has dealings with the village and has to deal with Mary, you'll know what a great person she is to have here, and what an asset she is to the village, and she will definitely be sorely missed. She really keeps things together. When you think about new administrations taking over and her having to deal with, all the new personalities, dealing with the politics behind it, and still staying neutral, it's really remarkable, and she's done an incredible job. So I will definitely miss her, and I appreciate it so much that she hung on for my beginning years, and I'm sure all the other mayors before me that worked with Mary would say the same. So there will be we're having a retirement party for her next Friday, the 2nd, at the Yankee Barbecue up at Fishkill, Jimmy Eli's place. It's short notice, but Mary and Arnie, who's also been an asset to the village on the planning board, are very eager to head north to their place in Vermont and have a little bit more of a calm life and get away from the politics and all. So we didn't have much time to put everything together, and she's very reluctant to even do it. That's the type of person she is. But I told her she had no say in the matter. So anyway, a lot of people I think will want to say thank you to her, and the right thing to do.
What time is that?
6:30.
It's at 6:30. Yeah, we'll have the ads will be in the papers, and we'll get some posters around, and we'll invite, we'll try to send out as many emails as we have email addresses to, for people that have worked with her. Also, it's $40. It's cash or check at the door, because there's no way I think we would get that together either. So anyway, I will read this. After 20-plus years of service, I will be retiring effective May 31st. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have served this community, and will certainly miss the daily routines and interactions with staff and residents. Working as village clerk has been challenging and rewarding, and I feel proud of my contributions to our community. During my tenure, I've observed the efforts of a team of talented Cold Spring employees and volunteers who are dedicated to this village. Cold Spring is fortunate to have them, and it has been my privilege to have worked with them. During the transition, I am available to assist the new clerk via phone or by working on a temporary part-time basis if needed. Sincerely, Mary Sorry. We need a motion to accept Mary's resignation.
So moved.
Second.
Any further comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Next is appointment of clerk treasurer. This is an appointment of mine, and I'd make a motion to appoint Jeff Vidakovich as the new clerk treasurer.
I'll second
Discussion? I'd just like to say, Jeff was, just been with us for a while. He started with the planning board and got things together in fairly short order up there on just a part-time basis.
Building department.
The building, what did I say?
Planning.
Planning, sorry, the building department. And so I moved him down here, and he's been working and getting settled in and working with Mary, and Mary's, giving him more and more, loosening the leash, I guess. No, that's a poor way to put it. Anyway, Jeff's been, he's learned quite a bit, and along with Ann Bouchard, who's going to be, she'll be staying on, and also Michelle, our accountant. So they've been working together for a few months now, and I think it's going to be a good transition. He's he's a smart guy that, he picks up stuff, really easily, and so I was impressed what he did with the building department, and he came down here, and I think everybody's comfortable, with him, and Mary too, which is important to me, her take on it. So that's why Jeff's going to fill that role. It'll be a probationary period, so hopefully everything will run well. So anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, another appointment for registrar. Right now, Ann Bouchard does that or works with Mary on that. I talked to Mary, and Ann, is totally capable of doing that. So I would like to make a motion to appoint Ann Bouchard at the annual stipend of $1,500.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we're gonna have to table the next, which is a salary increase, because that ties in with the benefits package, so we're gonna have to table that until next Tuesday. Next is discussion on soundproofing wastewater treatment. The last few meetings, we've discussed this, when the building went up for the sewer, the new sewer building for the aerator. The front panels facing Fair Street was open. We didn't feel there was gonna be a problem with that, but the neighbors have complained about, it's a low noise, but it's this hum that if it gets into your ears, it doesn't go away. So, plantings are going on now, which will help it, and we're going to, put some soundproofing materials up across that with 2 garage doors. The garage doors, I think, were not discussed. They were added, and there's prices for them now. Or you want to take it, Steve?
Well, yeah, he's got a just estimated number, $1,500 to $3,000 for the doors themselves. The installation of $9,800. He's saying it's between 14 and 11 and 14,000. I think that's backwards, but that was kind of news to me. But I thought we were just going to be doing the front in front of the machine itself.
Right.
He also has a louver, so that the has an air supply for the generator, the ventilation.
Right.
That's a new thing also for $5,000.
All this money, Greg said, is we have the money for it from the bond that we took out. Was it bonds for the improvements down there? So
Right.
we do have the money. I personally think that they should have been in place, as part of the project anyway.
Yeah,
It's
wasn't he
just-
planning on it anyway? It's just all happening now instead of
Yes.
stages.
I think it's planning on leaving it open, just
Yeah, I
having
think
3
he-
sides, not realizing.
Well, I thought he wanted a door, overhead door, at some point, but
Well,
I don't know.
I think it's included now, so.
Yeah, well, it's a good way of doing it.
And in the winter, the snow's blowing in or whatever, and they couldn't really use those spots. I mean, now they can use it for storage or parking or whatever, so.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other questions or anything we have to bring to that, to Greg?
There's
I
no,
don't know, there's no resolution.
there's no shop drawing allowance, so we had talked about that, not needing him, so everything looks good to me.
So you want to make a motion to
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Would you like to do that?
So I make a motion to approve the conceptual cost estimate.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Greg, for the time on that. Let's see, benefits package was, or no, what do we got? We got that, yeah, discussion. Benefit package is tabled, financial reports. Michelle is at conferences the next 3 days, I believe. She's eager.
Yep.
That was kind of the agreement, so.
Training, wasn't it?
Training, yeah.
Yeah, good, that's great.
Is there anything in here that,
There's a resolution at the end of this, which moves money.
oh, right, is that a, that's
So
separate,
last
right?
page,
Okay.
last page of this.
Okay. So is there anything on the financial reports or that we need to ask Michelle? Is everyone?
No,
good?
I sent her some questions and she answered.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, so then we have, consider resolution 19, 2017, authorizing budget adjustments. This is moving, some monies around, to pay for other areas that are needed. So, I'm not gonna go through all of them. There's a number of them. Anyone would like to see these? They're available.
We have a question on the first one,
Okay.
and I would have to ask Michelle, I don't know, it should balance. It's a positive 309 and a negative 4427, so we're missing something in the road here. Everything else balances out,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure where we're missing. So until we.
Well, maybe that was the only, the amounts that are left in those other accounts.
It's gotta be balanced.
What's that?
It has to balance. The pluses and the minuses have to balance.
I know, I'm saying, does that all that's left in that, and is that all that's left in these? Is that
It
why
could
they're
be.
balanced?
No,
Because,
but she has to find something else on the other side of that. If she's gotta move it to someplace, otherwise this whole thing doesn't balance. So, and I didn't, honestly did not take a look at it until just now. I could shoot her a note and get an answer for tomorrow.
yeah, I don't know what that, why that is.
So Brady, do you want to defer the approval of this?
I would like to defer the approval of at least of the resolution authorizing the budget adjustments, because the budget adjustments don't balance.
I moved it, but usually I thought it was okay.
It's the first two, Marie, the building inspector,
Yeah,
personal services.
I'm looking in the budget itself to see.
The second one, third one doesn't balance either.
Which one?
660.
Yeah.
It should be
Sure,
680.
It should be 680.
Okay, so we'll defer that.
All right, so I'd like to defer that
Yeah.
till next week.
So, even the, number 2, parking meters,
Yeah, what that is she's adding $2,000 to the, if you read it, to increase the overall budget for revenue that has been received over and above what was originally budgeted. So there's more money that has come in. So she's added money to both of them because of that. And the same thing is true on the building, the fire permit fees.
right?
Their money's been added because more revenue has been received in those two line items.
So why don't we, I don't know if she needs to do these right away,
She needs to do them before the end of the month.
so can we do all of them except for the, first and third one?
Why don't we just hold on it?
Well, does she have to order like the recycling garbage cans? Can she do anything? Does
She
that
can,
have to
I
be-
think she can go ahead and do that. Isn't that the Kathy?
That's the Kathy. We said
Yeah,
we-
this
we
is
said we
money
would
that
balance.
Kathy Carnival has
Right.
donated.
She
Well,
donated 1,000.
she donated 1,000, we said we would match her and get 3 more.
Oh, okay.
We were gonna get 6 altogether. So
Okay,
she-
well, she'll have a few days to go crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure she knows right off the top of her head what she needs. Just maybe in the typing, she didn't get it.
The only thing is if we're gonna, she's gonna have 1 day to order or do whatever, if she has to do it by the,
She can do it next month, it's just that it'll be dated.
okay. All right.
So she gets it the right
So,
direction.
motion to table the
Table the
resolution.
yes.
Have a second? Who's that? Second, Fran?
Oh, I'm sorry, second, yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of bills?
I move to approve batch number 4088 for the amount of $59,343.16.
I'll second that motion. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anything else from the board?
I was at Danes yesterday, and one of the doors that we ordered for, it was either this one or the one for your office is in. I know we wanted to pay for them before the end of the,
Right.
so if we can make arrangements to pay for that one. The other one is still weeks off. For some reason, one came in earlier than the other.
So should we pick that up, or do we have to pick that up?
Well, we need to pay for it by the 31st, correct? So,
Okay.
yeah, picking it up's not a big deal. It's more of a getting the money out.
Getting it
so we
checked.
can use it, yeah.
Okay.
Did they need the money before we get it?
Before we pick up the door? Well, the village has an account there, so we can pick it up and pay the bill at the end of the month or whatever, or just leave it there, but I knew that we wanted to make sure we
Yeah.
paid for as much as we could.
Okay, so we need to tell Michelle.
I will, I'll talk to her tomorrow.
She's not gonna be here tomorrow.
About
Friday.
Friday, all right, I'll tell her Friday.
That's good.
Anything from the audience? Yes, Frank?
Frank Henry, Maine. It looks like the village has a police vehicle that doesn't have.
Excuse me, sorry.
I'm sorry, it looks like the village has a police vehicle that doesn't have a decal on it, it's white.
Right.
And I'm wondering if maybe that might be the best idea, because people in the village looking for help, they would be able to identify the police car.
I think they're all ordered. I don't know why they're not on.
Decals.
There was no intention of leaving on board.
They're on order.
What's that?
The decal's on order.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is. I'll follow up on that, but there was no intention to leave it, and I know there was conversations, but I never heard an affirmative that they were on order or not, so we'll definitely get that on. Yeah, I agree. Yes, Doug?
You spelled Jeff's last name?
B, B-I-D,
AK,
what is it?
AKO.
You got it. V-I-D-A-K-O-V-I-C-H. I don't think it's Vidakovich. I think I heard him pronounce it differently. Vidakovich, I don't, something like that.
Vidakovich. How much will he be paid?
I believe it's 25 an hour. And we haven't discussed, we're gonna discuss a stipend if the consolidation goes through, because he'll be handling permits, when they bring permits for building applications, he'll be handling the initial steps on that, and then sending them up to Phillips now, if that goes through.
What will happen to the existing building inspector here?
It will be the Phillipstown building inspector, so we'll be terminating that position.
He's very much aware of that, he's been aware of that for a long time. But he'll still be policeman.
So that person you just mentioned, is he replacing for Mary?
Yes. So it's kind of a good fit for the building department, because he works and is really familiar with the building code, the whole, referrals or whatever, and looking at the whole permit, and seeing if all the information's in place or not. So instead of sending it to you guys and then him having to send it back and forth, he'll try to take care of everything up front and make sure that the permits, the application is complete. Yeah. And I think he'll even be able to put a note on it if he thinks it's gonna have to be referred to the planning board, And it's just so, you know, as a note to Greg, so it'll be a little easier transition. Anything else? Okay, motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Oh,
Aye.
one last thing.
Oh,
We need to
no.
have a meeting next week, so
Yes.
a motion to post a meeting next Tuesday. At what time do you want to start? 7 o'clock next Tuesday.
I'll second that.
Hopefully just to do a few things, hopefully the consolidation or the, what do we have to do next week?
The employee benefits.
Oh, the benefits package.
Salary
And the
increases.
salary increase.
And the budget adjustments.
Okay. Good. All in favor on that one?
Yeah, yeah.
You got a second?
Do we have a second?
Yes.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.